I'd like to, first of all, just welcome everybody this afternoon to this meeting of the Commission on Disability Issues. So to start off, I just want to call this meeting to order and welcome everybody again. First of all, I'd like to start with our roll call. So what I'll have everybody do, and just for the good of the meeting, on Zoom today, if you are not speaking, I encourage you that if there is feedback during our discourse, that we remain muted if we're not speaking. But then if we do have some questions or discourse that we would like to put forward, that we either use the raise hand, or we can notify one of us in the chat, and then hopefully that can happen. But what I'll have today, we have Stephen joining us, so the Deputy City Clerk. So Stephen, thank you so much for joining us for this meeting before we go on summer break. What I'll have in terms of roll call, folks, we will be muted, but what I'd like to do, Stephen, if you don't mind, if you could just call on individuals, and then if we could just state our name, where we're coming from today, that would be great.
Vice Chair Keeler.
Larry Keeler, Vice Chair, calling from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Chair Damon.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Zach Damon, Chairman, coming to you from Ann Arbor, Washtenaw County.
Commissioner Mozak.
Yes, hello, everyone. Kathleen Mozak, Commissioner, calling in from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Commissioner Solomon, absent. Commissioner Hawkins, absent. Commissioner Poster, absent. Commissioner Gossage, absent. Councilmember Ghazi Edwin.
Present. From Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Commissioner Ratcliffe.
Good afternoon, Rosanita Ratcliffe, Commissioner. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
We do have a quorum at this time.
Thank you so much, sir. Do appreciate it. Again, and everyone, welcome. Just to let you know, not to be antisocial, I will be turning off my camera just so I can be able to moderate effectively. And so all of you don't have to see the close-up of my face as I look at my screen. But always a pleasure to see all of you. So moving forward, I just wanted to know.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Vice Chairman.
I raised my hand. I was going to say that Debbie Poster has an excused absence. She was hit a couple weeks ago in a crosswalk accident, and she's going to be in Salina Evangelical Nursing Home until at least the end of the summer. So I would guess she's going to be excused.
Thank you for that tidbit, Vice Chairman. I was actually going to make a special announcement that we have a moment of silence for her, but I was going to do that during the chair report. But I guess we can do that now since you brought it up. But I'd like to just take, if we could, just one moment of silence, 1 minute, if we could, for Commissioner Poster, who was unfortunately struck by a motor vehicle recently and is in the hospital recovering. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, and all the best to Commissioner Poster, and we wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you, Vice Chairman, for bringing that to our attention. Next, we are going to go to the public comment section of our agenda today. I wasn't sure. Do we have anyone on from that is joining us for the meeting today?
We do.
All right. Well, I'd like to give them an opportunity to speak. Please know that we give you a 3-minute time limit, but I'd like to welcome you to the Commission on Disability Issues. Good afternoon. And if you could please state your name and where you're coming from today.
Hi, this is Andrea Henry. I was calling in for the Disability Network, Washington Monroe Livingston. So I'm just here to attend and give a brief report at that part of the agenda.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, thank you, Andrea. We do appreciate you stepping in. Thank you very much.
So no, we do not have any public commentary.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so no additional public comment. Next, we are going to go to the approval of the agenda. All of you should have received an electronic copy of the agenda. So I just want to know, is there a motion to approve today's agenda?
I'll make a motion.
All right, Kathleen makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Rosanita seconds. All in favor of approving today's agenda, if you could please just unmute and say aye.
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 All right, thank you. The agenda has been approved. Next, moving on to the approval of the meeting minutes from last month. Per usual, that information should have been sent out or included with the meeting invite and also the meeting reminder. So I just didn't know if there were any edits or any amendments to the minutes. And if there are, or if there are corrections, please feel free to mention them at this time. All right. Well, if there is not, I would like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 17th.
Second.
Okay, Larry seconds. All in favor of approving the meeting minutes from May 17th. If you approve, please unmute and say aye.
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 Aye. All right, thank you so much. The meeting minutes are approved. By the way, I'd like to welcome in Commissioner Rachel Hawkins. Rachel, if you don't mind just saying hello and just letting us know where you're coming from today.
Hi, it's Commissioner Rachel Hawkins, and I'm coming from Ann Arbor.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yep. And it would help if I was off mute. Okay. Next, we're moving on to the presentation portion of our agenda. So the first person I'd like to introduce from the Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Physically Disabled, Miss Katie Monkevich. Katie?
Hi there, can everybody hear me?
I sure can.
Yep.
Things look a little bit different than I'm used to, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, let's see what I have to share with you today are some, oh, hang on, I gotta join this panel. Okay, there we go. That's how I'm used to seeing you all. Okay, so I'm going to share a couple things going on at the library. Right now we have the Ann Arbor District Library summer game is going on. It's very exciting. You can use your library this summer to find codes, solve puzzles, attend events, and earn points towards awesome AADL prizes, courtesy of the Ann Arbor District Library and the Friends of the Ann Arbor District Library. You don't even need a library card to play. The summer game is for players of all ages. You just need to go to play.aadl.org to learn more, or you can give us a call and stop in. We're happy to talk about it. Other events, we have Intro to 3D Printing. That's on Thursday, June 22nd at 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. in the Downtown Library Secret Lab. Join us for an introduction to the basics of 3D printing and print a small item to take home with you. We have the Big Gay Read mental health discussion with Everwell Counseling on Monday, June 26th from 7 to 8 p.m. This is virtually on AADL TV. Join AADL Dr. Jennifer Tang and her colleagues from Everwell Counseling in discussing the Big Gay Read 2023 Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. We will take a look at the book through the lens of a mental health professional and dive into the core themes represented therein. This event is part of the 2023 Big Gay Read featuring the book Last Night at the Telegraph Club. For all Big Gay Read events, see aadl.org/the Big Gay Read. And Nerd Night is Wednesday, July 12th from 7 to 9 p.m. at York, which is at 1928 Packard Street. Gather around of informed and informal talks from a friendly neighborhood expert. We'll have 3 speakers, each presenting on a different topic and sharing interesting facts that you never knew. Past Nerd Night speakers have led deep dives into topics from the legacy of Louis Pasteur to the origin of elements to how a trumpet works to a dissection of romance novel tropes. So bring a friend, grab a drink, and enjoy an evening among fellow nerds. Be there and be square. Some stuff about materials. Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled patrons can order digital cartridges and other materials by calling 734-327-4224 or email us at wlbpd@aadl.org. To sign up for the Braille and audio reading service, Bard, to download your own books, visit nlsbard.loc.gov or call us and we will assist you with your application. Some books you can find right now on Bard. Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. That's our Big Gay Read. It's 1954. McCarthyism and the Red Scare are genuine threats to Lily's family. Her father is already at risk of deportation despite his valid citizenship. Lily, who is Chinese American, could lose everything just for dating anyone white, let alone another girl, but she could lose herself if she isn't true to her feelings. Blunt Instruments, Recognizing Racist Cultural Infrastructure in Memorials, Museums, and Patriotic Practices by Kristen Ann Haas. Cultural infrastructure has been designed to maintain structures of inequality, and while it doesn't seem to be explicitly about race, it often is. Blunt Instruments helps readers identify, contextualize, and name elements of our everyday landscapes and cultural practices that are designed to seem benign or natural, but which in fact work tirelessly to tell us vital stories about who we are, how we came to be, and who belongs. And Undelivered, the never heard speeches that would have rewritten history by Jeff Nussbaum. For almost every delivered speech, there exists an undelivered opposite. These second speeches provide alternative histories of what could have been if not for schedule changes, changes of heart, or momentous turns of events. In Undelivered, political speechwriter Jeff Nussbaum presents the most notable speeches the public never heard, from Dwight Eisenhower's apology for a D-Day failure to Richard Nixon's refusal to resign the presidency, and even Hillary Clinton's acceptance for a 2016 victory, the latter never seen until now. Examining the contents of these speeches and the context of the historic moments that almost came to be, Nussbaum considers not only what they tell us about the past, but also what they can inform us about our present. All right, that is everything that I have for y'all today. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Kathleen has her hand up.
See that, Kathleen?
Hi, Katie. I wonder if you might speak a moment about the collaboration between the library and the ride with regards to free weekend riding with your library card.
Oh, good question. Put me on the spot, though. Just a moment.
That's my job.
Well, while we fill that, I just also, and I'll talk a little bit more about this in the chair report, but I wanted to thank Katie and all of the Ann Arbor District Library staff for a wonderful job at Visions 2023. It was a pleasure to see that facility bustling and the informative talks attended and, just all the great resources available as far as assistive tech goes So I just want to give a big kudos to all involved with Visions 2023, and also thank Katie for allowing the Commission on Disability Issues to be present.
Well, thanks so much, Zach. And I do want to thank the commission as well for attending. It's always so wonderful to have you there, not only to give the information that our patrons need about the commission, which is really important, but also just to be able to see your faces and have that support. And it's always just wonderful to see you at the library. So thanks a lot for coming, and do appreciate it. And I have that information about free ride weekends with the AAATA. So the Ann Arbor Area Transportation Authority, the Ann Arbor District Library, and the Ypsilanti District Library all partnered up this summer to provide free ride weekends. So every Saturday and Sunday from June 10th to August 27th, library card holders can ride any of the Ride Local fixed route buses for free. You just show your driver your valid Ann Arbor District Library or Ypsilanti District Library card when you're boarding the bus. So that's how you get your free ride weekends. And then there's also some fun things that you can additionally do if you're playing the summer game that I just want to mention. There's a code on the outside of several buses that you can get that are worth 500 points towards the Ann Arbor District Library summer game. And then there's also some stuff on the Ride's website that you can track down as far as some codes to enter for points too. So they're really helping us all have a fun summer here in Ann Arbor. So we appreciate that partnership a lot. Anybody else? Questions or comments for me? All right. Well, I know that you guys are taking a break for a couple of months, so have a good summer, and I will see you when we resume.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Katie.
Yep.
And again, thank you to all of your staff.
Yep.
Okay. Next, we have the Disability Network, Washington, Monroe, and Livingston report done by Andrea. So, Andrea, thank you so much for stepping in and giving the report today. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me today. I just want to highlight a couple of upcoming events for folks today, starting with some delishability cooking classes that we're going to be holding at our Ann Arbor location starting on July 13th, which is a Thursday. And that will run weekly on Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. for about 10 weeks. Each class will be $5 per class. Folks can come and go as they wish. It's for people with all disabilities and all experience levels. They'll be focused on cooking, actual meals. They'll be focusing on learning skills, healthy eating habits, all of that kind of thing. So feel free to join in on any of those weeks that might fit your schedule. And of course, one more plug for our 88th Fun in the Sun picnic, celebrating the 33rd anniversary of the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act. That will also take place at our Ann Arbor office on Wednesday, July 26th, between 3 and 7 p.m. Art exhibits, guest speakers, local vendors, raffle prizes, inclusive games and recreation, food trucks, tours of the facility. Come join us for any and all of that celebration as well. You can find all of this and more on our website, dnwml.org. You can certainly give our offices a call at 734-971-0277 or send us an email at info@dnwml.org. That is all I have for the meeting today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrea. Anyone have any questions for Andrea? It looks like we do have a hand up. Commissioner Mozak.
Me again. Andrea, I know that parking for the event can be quite stressful and difficult, especially for people who have vehicles that are accessible and need to drop their ramps and whatnot. Do you have any recommendations for people who are traveling in that sort of vehicle, or are there any businesses along the way maybe partnering for extra parking?
I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to that. That's a good question. In addition to some parking challenges this year, you may or may not know that there is a fair amount of construction happening actually on Research Park Drive at the location of our Ann Arbor office. So that will be an added challenge. We do have a bus stop out front, so folks can certainly use that method. But I can certainly, as I get more information about parking and potential opportunities to park at businesses on either side of us, I can certainly send that out to be shared with a wider audience. And as the event gets closer, if you do have questions or concerns about that or anything else related to the day, don't hesitate to call us or email us, and we'll be happy to help folks out with those issues.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry, Andrea. I just had one final question. Could you
Sure.
repeat that ADA celebration information one more time?
I sure will, since I don't have a voice today, but I'll give it one more good shot. So it is the ADA Fun in the Sun picnic. It is Wednesday, July 26th at the Ann Arbor location of Disability Network, Washtenaw Monroe, Livingston, and it's from 3 to 7 p.m. So, and all of the exhibits and games and vendors and tours and food trucks, all of that will be out there for the entirety of that time. So feel free to come for, any portion of that time that fits your schedule. You are welcome to come for.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on. 1 second. There we are. Thank you to the Disability Network, Washtenaw, Monroe, and Livingston, just for all of their efforts, all of their work. And yeah, definitely looking forward to some great events, but also the Fun in the Sun event. So next, we have the Partners in Access Community Engagement Committee. And also, we wanted to have some talk about recruiting activity as well looped in. So could I have, so Commissioner Gossage is not here. We'll start with the PIA and community engagement. I didn't know if either Commissioner Hawkins or Commissioner Keeler would like to speak on those subcommittees.
I could speak on it.
Okay.
We did not meet.
Okay.
We, Mr. Gossage and didn't had to not go, and we didn't hear from Ms. Hawkins, so we canceled the meeting.
Okay.
So we will, however, we still have dates for the summer. If anything comes up over the summer, we can work in committee for that.
Got it. So Partners in Access did not meet. Thank you.
We did not meet.
Okay.
And for Ann Arbor Inclusive, I don't have an update email from them yet, so I don't have anything additional to report since last month, but I can send that to you once I receive it.
Yeah, sure thing. No problem. Thank you so much, Commissioner Hawkins, for that. And thank you for your work on community engagement and Ann Arbor Inclusive. Definitely a great show, and hopefully they're still able to get episodes out and continue the great work they're doing over there. But yes, please, as soon as you do get an updated report with some upcoming episodes, feel free to send it my way and I can distribute it to the commission. Thank you.
Will do. Thank you.
Sure. Next, we have recruiting activity with Larry Keeler.
I do have a couple of people that are interested, but they have not put in their applications yet. So I'm hoping to encourage them during the summer to do so. And I'm hoping that I hear from the couple that I have put out. I have reached out to a couple and I haven't heard from them yet. So I'm hoping that by the end of the summer, we'll have an applicant or two for the September meeting to be introduced to you guys. But so far, I just have bites. I have a couple that are thinking about filling out an application, and I have two that I've responded to, but I haven't gotten a response back yet. So that's it.
All right, thank you. Oh, we do have a
And again,
question.
I'll be working through the summer. Okay, go ahead.
We do have a question, pardon me. Kathleen?
For those of us who run into people and are talking about this with them, how many open positions do we currently have?
It's a great question. To my knowledge right now,
4.
folks, we have 4.
Oh, good. I was wondering that too. I knew we had 3 or 4.
Yep. So, and I encourage you, Kathleen, if you need some information or if you want a copy of like our flyer or something to distribute, please let me know and I can email that to you. But absolutely, we have to be able to speak up as a commission, and I want all of you to feel comfortable if you are in the community and you do have friends or colleagues that you think could fill a commission position, we'd love to just have them apply and see what they have to offer.
Perhaps you could email that to all of us so that we have that flyer. And may I ask then, is Commissioner Solomon still with us? Yes.
Great question. Yes, he is still with us. He just could not be with us this afternoon. And on to your second point, Commissioner Mozak, instead of sending that flyer just to you, I will send it to the full commission. Thank you. All right.
Zach, and
Sure.
is it possible to mention who is no longer on the commission? Just because there's some people who I haven't seen in a little while, so it's hard to know who are the people who are, no longer on it right now.
Sure. So to my knowledge, that's a great question. Offhand, right in front of me, I don't have the particular individuals who have vacated. I know that Commissioner Alan Pipkin, she recently had moved, so that's one recent vacancy that we have. I'm not sure about the other 3. I would have to double check on that, Rachel, but I can get that information from the city, and then I can send you that roster as well.
Okay. Just send it to the
I'd
whole
like
group.
to see that as well. Yeah,
Thanks,
I'd like
Zach.
to see that.
Yeah, absolutely, folks. I'll get that information and I can send it your way. Thank you.
I can tell you that the members not on the call right now are Poster, Gossage, and Solomon.
Yep. Those are the individuals not present this afternoon. I think what the other commissioners, Stephen, were referring to is in terms of who are those commissioners that have since vacated to then create our 4 vacancies. And that's okay. You don't have to have it right now. I can inquire and then get that to the full commission, because I'd also like to know. I thought I knew, and of course I don't have that report right in front of me, but I will inquire and get that information for all.
I can easily send that to you in the morning.
Oh, perfect. No, that would be great. Thank you so much. So that answers that. But Larry, please don't go anywhere, because
I'm right here.
Yeah, we need you to give us the update on the Transportation Commission, sir.
Well, the Transportation Commission didn't do a lot. Well, they did a lot last month, but it was the 17th of last month, and I took notes. They're working on a crosswalk on Packard and Granger, and it's supposed to cost them about $200,000 to fix, to straighten up, and they're talking about they approved the traffic calming project. But then again, they had another resolution that was supposed to give the public more control, and it was sent back to committee to be worked on. And they talked about some of the programs like a commuter challenge and what was the other thing? A go pass, how to get a go pass. Apparently, I'm not exactly sure, but you pay a certain amount of money and can go all month for no price on the bus. And then there's a Conquer the Cold challenge, and that's coming up this winter, where they encourage carpooling and riding your local transportation. And they have another program going for what is this thing? It's an alternative thing. This is still the Conquer the Cold. It's for all ages and abilities, and they're building some larger bike paths. And there was a concern about a sidewalk gap on Scioto Church, down in the Scioto Church, Maple Greensville area, and that's going to be closed when the project over there is finished. And that's all I have. And I have another one of them tonight. So there is one tonight at 7, in case anybody wants to attend public comment. And if anybody needs the information for that, I suppose I can send it for public comment. And that's it.
All righty. Thank you so much, Vice Chairman Keeler. And thank you for your work on the Transportation Commission, being our liaison there. We do appreciate it. Moving forward, we are going to skip over the U of M Council for Disability Concerns meeting update, as Commissioner Solomon is not here, and I was not provided with any report for that. So moving on, we have the Director of Organizational Equity report with Laura Orta. Do we have Laura on the line?
We do not.
Okay. So Laura, sorry, you couldn't join us, but I know that they are doing amazing work with the City ADA Coordinator position, folks. Per her report, I think last month, she said that job description that all of us had an opportunity to review was finalized, and the job will be posted soon. So I look forward to the commission being involved in that selection and interview process of the City ADA Coordinator. And thank you to our council liaison as well for all of her efforts on that as well. Very exciting news. And as a commission, I think we should be proud. All right. Moving forward, we do typically have the city personnel report at this time. Stephen, I didn't know if you were prepared to give any city personnel update.
I am. I prepared for this role.
All right.
So Matthew Aris was hired as Parks and Public Space Maintenance. Jordan Dotter, Police Officer. Jeffrey Foster Jr., Wastewater Treatment Services, Water Utilities Technician. Milo Garza, Fleet Services, Facilities Maintenance Tech. Jasmine Isaac, Systems Planning Community Engagement Specialist. Ryder Knox, Public Works Technician. Matthew Coles, Police Officer. Haida Meister, Police Records and Data Unit Supervisor. Megan Satori, Police Service Special Cadet. Anaya Scheinberg, Police Services Special Cadet. Lucian Tazen, Police Services Special Cadet. Richard Wilson, Housing Commission Administrative Assistant. And RNU, Housing Commission Planning Specialist. We do have a retirement farewell to Troy Burke, a Police Community Standards Officer. Kathleen Crum, Customer Service Administrative Assistant. Carl Storm, the 15th District Court Bailiff. And Kevin Warner, the Police Detective. And probably the most relevant is in terms of an update for your commission. We have hired a new office manager that will be your liaison. Kennedy Cummings will be your liaison moving forward. She's transitioning from the finance department into her role as boards and commissions for HRC, Commission on Disability Issues, and Independent Community Police Oversight. So in the coming weeks, you'll start to have your point of contact with the city back. So we're looking forward to having Kennedy on our floor at City Hall and having that position back.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for all of your work, and thank you for the update. And yes, thank you for announcing that. I wasn't sure if we were allowed to announce it, but very grateful and very excited to welcome Kennedy as our new management assistant with the city. Very excited for her and look forward to welcoming her when we come back in the fall. So absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Moving on, I will be brief in my chair report here, but I just wanted to just mention that the Commission on Disability Issues, we did attend Visions 2020 earlier in June. It was a really good success. It was great to work the table with our vice chairman there. And Larry, by the way, thank you for getting the rest of the table favors. I think the candy bowl went over very well, and I thought we had pretty good traffic at our table at the early going, you guys, and people picking up information. And definitely there were some people that were engaging with us. They were interested in the commission. They were interested in hearing about what we're doing. Excuse me. And as I mentioned, they were very excited just to see all of the different resources that Ann Arbor had to offer. Larry, you were there, so I just wanted to know, Vice Chairman, did you have any other feedback?
Oh no, I thought it was very successful, and of course I stayed a lot longer than I thought I was going to, but I did close the booth, so I was there to close the booth, and then I took off and went to dinner. But no, it was great, and I think we may have found a couple people that are interested in actually applying, but mostly we've had a lot of people inquiring what we do. And that was what we wanted.
Absolutely. Definitely a full day on June 7th, and glad to be there. Absolutely. And then 10 days later, June 17th, we were actually lucky enough to be asked to be a part of the Ann Arbor Juneteenth celebration in terms of manning a table with the Human Rights Commission, as well as IPOC, which is the Independent Police Oversight Committee. So I had the opportunity to be present there as well. And I have to say, you guys, I was very encouraged because I ended up, bumping into Mayor Taylor. And the first thing that he said to me was, "How are things going on the Disability Commission? You guys are doing so much great work." And honestly, all I did was smile and give credit to all of you because, I was very grateful to say that, we have a great commission and the commissioners are very attentive and, they spend a lot of good time serving the community and, being engaged. So just thank you. I wanted to let you know that we are seen, that the mayor does know what we're doing and is grateful for our service. So thank you for that.
I didn't know that happened.
Yeah, I was grateful to see him for a few moments when he stopped by our booth. So absolutely. So, but with that, that is my chair report, folks. And on that, that's also my exit. So I do apologize that I have to leave this evening to get to another engagement. But Vice Chairman Keeler will run the meeting going forward. And Larry, just wanted to let you know that the next point on the agenda after this is going to be old business. So just wanted to let you know. But thank you, everyone, and have a great summer. Happy early Independence Day. I hope to see all of us at the Fun in the Sun event to celebrate the ADA. And if there is anything, please know I'm here for you. So please feel free to email me and get a hold of me if you have anything. Thank you all and have a good day.
All right. Is there any old business then?
Can I just jump in real quick? I also have another engagement to go to. If there is a way that we can bump up my report in the agenda, or maybe it's next. Is it next?
I think it's new
They bumped
business.
yours way
Yours.
down. I thought it should have been. It's bumped way down, but if everybody agrees, I wouldn't mind putting it there next.
Okay, awesome.
It's old business, new business, your quorum, adjournment. So we're almost at the end.
Okay. Okay, I might be then on the phone while I'm giving some of my updates, just FYI, with camera off.
We can, because it looked like people were nodding that they were fine with switching, right? The new business with your report, because I only had one thing for new business. I don't know if anyone else did, but I think it's fine to switch.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So some things that I wanted to update you on is really happy to see that secondary traffic stops went through last night on the first reading. This was proposed by Councilmember Cynthia Harrison, and I've been working with her on this, but this has been her kind of passion since she got on. And as you all know, this is an issue that impacts Black and brown lives. And disability, because of structural racism, is overrepresented in those communities. So it's also a disability issue. And I shared some facts last night with council about how 43% of disabled people are arrested by the time they turn 28. 30 to 50% of people subject to police use of force are people with disabilities. 33 to 50% of people killed by police are people with disabilities. Obviously, that chance of experiencing overuse of force or violence from police increases when your disability intersects with other marginalized identities like race or LGBTQ status. So, this is very much a racial equity issue. It's a disability issue. I don't think that we can reach disability justice without also, working for racial justice as well and other type of issues. So that is something that passed last night. That was really great. And, I was going to share a story, but I didn't have a chance to, about a family friend who was on the autism spectrum and who was pulled over. And, they had difficulty with reading social cues. And so their affect and their behavior was misinterpreted by the police as defiance. Or, potentially maybe aggression. And then they were a victim of overuse of force, arrested, and it was very traumatizing for them. So just want us to keep in focus, like, how many people, who when they have contact with police also have disability and how it affects them. Tell me if I'm going too fast. I feel like I'm reading way too fast. Okay, so the other thing that came out is we approved the RFP for the unarmed crisis response. So that's basically us. We voted last night to tell the city that use a third-party contractor to create an unarmed crisis response program that will function separately from the police. That's important, as we know, because the majority of people who are calling dispatch right now, it's often people who are in socioeconomic crisis, social crisis. They're experiencing their disability, and they often don't need someone responding who has a gun, right? So that's something that went through. It's intentionally going to be separate from the police, because our police force has also admitted that, like, they don't have the skills to do this, and it puts them in danger as well. The other thing is, I reported to you guys a while back that I began exploring sub-minimum wage. And sub-minimum wage is the ability for employers to get something called a 14C waiver through the state, which says that a person with the disability, they can pay them below minimum wage. It's exploitive, it's horrible. A recent report came out from United Way of Southeast Michigan saying that the majority of people who are asset limited income constrained, or ALICE, or people with disabilities. We have the highest rate of unemployment and poverty in the state. I can send you guys some of that information. So part of that is, asset limits for benefits, but also sub-minimum wage. Initially, I was, thinking we would just write a resolution. And I talked to a state representative who shared that this is something moving at the state level, because, this is something that if it's If it's in state law, it's law will be preempted by state law. So they told me, though, it was Rep. Jason Morgan, he said, you guys writing a resolution, just calling the legislature to pass this would be great. But I'm also having the city attorneys and I are going to meet this week or next week to talk about, like, could we even go further than that? But I can't speak to that yet because I haven't had the meeting, but I'll continue to keep you all updated. But I'm hoping that's something we can work on, collectively. And that's it for my up. If anyone has any questions, and I'm going to quickly turn my camera off so I can start. Does anyone have any questions? All right, it was fast, but feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I feel like I kind of just word vomited, but reach out, okay? If you have ideas, questions, anything like that. Thanks all.
Thank you.
Did our ADA coordinator ever tune in? Or is she still not here?
No, the director of equity, Laura Orta, no.
Yes, director of equity. Yeah, she's not here yet.
No, she's still not.
Okay, then it would be old business. Was there any old business?
No.
Hearing, oh, go ahead.
And I just said no. I know some
Hearing
of us,
none.
There's no old business. Some of us, we shook our head and I realized you can't see us shaking our
Oh,
heads. So.
well, of course I can't. Y'all can't see me because I'm not up with the screen.
Yeah.
So would there be any new business then?
I had new business. It's Rosanita, and was it last week at the Renters Commission meeting? There was a presentation from a consultant with something I think with the city's planning department or the planning commission, and they're reviewing the I just forgot the name. I call it the incentives for when developers kind of go, I guess, above or to get developers to kind of do the things we want them to do in the city for when they're building, like the number of affordable housing units or sustainability options on the buildings. And one of the things that came up was the Planning Commission wanted, one of their priorities was accessibility in the downtown, because this was about the D1, D2 zoned area, which is downtown, including building the apartments or other kinds of housing downtown. And I thought it was interesting because if that was one of their priorities, but the only two commissions that this planning consultant was slated to appear before were the Renters Commission and the Energy Commission. They weren't, and as far as I know, are not slated to meet with CODI. And I wanted to bring that up into everyone's attention because I think it's really important, because what they're looking at is slimming down the types of incentives that they're doing, or they're called premiums, I think is what it is. And they're looking at kind of slimming it down, because right now it's like you get a premium for all these different things, and they were thinking like two buckets, which was affordability and sustainability. But given the current population and how the population will be aging, which means there will be more people who have disabilities eventually who will be living downtown, as well as just for, I know when it came to like the NED and NED 2 vouchers, that it's been hard for people who have disabilities to connect to housing in Ann Arbor. And so I do think this is an issue that we should be involved with and, be a part of that conversation.
I think during the summer we can also bring that up with the PIA, and maybe we can get something started.
Okay, so should I come to the next PIA meeting then? Because I was
Sure,
going
I'll
to do
let you
the
know.
last one, but then it was canceled.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Come to the next one. I'll email you, and if you don't get it.
Okay. Thanks. Kathleen?
Yes, hi, Rosanita. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention. To me, this is another example of why we need an ADA coordinator within the city that they would be able to catch. To me, this is a misstep that we were left out. And I am so grateful that you were in attendance at the run. Had you not been in attendance, we may not even know about this situation. So thank you again for bringing it to us.
Yeah, should I email the PowerPoint and the PDF document? I mean, it's on Legistar anyway, but I figure it's probably easier to just email the PDFs.
I would enjoy that very much.
I would like that as well, too.
Okay. Okay, I'll email it to the group.
Would there be any more new business? Hearing none, I think we'll move to announcements. Any announcements? So I see we have no announcements. We have no. I would suggest that someone move to adjourn this meeting then.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Okay, then all in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, the next meeting then is on the 20th of September. And I hope to talk to you guys between now and then. But have a good summer otherwise.
You too.
Take
Thanks.
care,
And
everyone.
this meeting is adjourned. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I just said you too.
Thanks, Larry.
Bye. Yep, bye.